Well, hello there. You're probably wondering how that Steve got on that ledge, how this Luigi got in the grand finals, or maybe how the greatest stacked tournament in Ultimate's history concluded with a dash attack led by a diamond pickaxe to give Acola maybe the most stacked victory of all time. I say maybe, it definitely was. This tournament, Kagaribi 13, was nuts, bro. Like, I watched the entirety of day one nearly and all of day two. Whether you watched it with me on my streams, YouTube and Twitch, or you watched it yourself, you definitely felt the passion. Now, it was crazy how this tournament actually went down, seeing some of our favorites just kind of drop out of nowhere, surprise upsets, surprise top eights, just everything, just surprises to win, bro. But maybe not the surprise is Acola being the champion. Even did it without his mask on, bro. He unlocked his full powers to get the job done here. And then even before he popped off, you saw him slide that mask back on. This kid is just slick with it, and he's also a champion. Now let's take a look at some of these results real quick. All right, boys, let's take a look at some of these results. So Acola wins, Raru gets second, Mia third. So Japan just dominates with 3 of the 4 placings in top 4. NA Avenger, though, Tweek came through with the 4th place finish, was really good. Level up champion, Dormigi gets 5th. Wrath with a surprise 5th as well. I mean, he had a really favorable bracket path to get to winner semis, but you know what I always say, you can only play who's in front of you. So if he avoids upsets, benefits from upsets, good for him. He got 5th place right there. And then Europe gets a representative 2 with Gluto getting 7th place, bouncing back from a pretty shaky performance last week, as well as Carmelo out of nowhere. Now, I knew Carmelo was a thing, I just didn't know he was a thing, you know what I'm saying? So that's really impressive from him. Gotta give a lot of love there. And also really to Acola and Mia here too. You think about how they got like 33rd or 25th last week at Level Up Expo, and they bounced back to top 3 placings at the hardest Ultimate tournament of all time. Yeah, them boys got some sauce on them, so I will give them credit. That is incredible. But there were some placings that definitely surprised me a little bit for different reasons. I think Mutace losing so early and making a crazy run to get 13th was nuts. Sonics actually losing to Carmelo Steve. I thought Sonics was just the Steve Slayer. He beat Syrup to even get to this point, so then losing to Carmelo, I was kind of like scratching my head like, Brody, what's going on there? So that was unfortunate. Big Boss being the highest El Jefe. He's El Jefe now, bro. He's the boss. The highest place in Mexican representative. Shouts to Big Boss getting the job done. Snow gets 25th, beating my boy Light in losers. So Light ended up getting like, what, 33rd? Yep, you see MK Leo, GOAT right there, getting 25th. Unfortunate loss to Neo, and then Level 1. He just hates those short characters, bro. If you are too short to ride a roller coaster as a character, you're probably going to beat my GOAT, unfortunately. And then Cosmos is down here as well, too. He got like 49th. Sparg0 gets 33rd as well. We're going to touch on all of that because really what came out of this, I don't know. It was interesting. It felt like it was a mix of like rejuvenation for the game and then a swan song for some people. But why do you say that, EE? Why do you feel that way? Well, it's actually pretty simple. So I want to start with Tweek, okay? We know Tweek did fantastic at this event, right? Remember him versus Acola? Honestly, I think if Tweek ended up going up 2-0, he was going to win this set for sure. He does get game 1 here, but unfortunately, he is unable to seal the deal. That's my guy, Gavinator, but him not being able to seal the deal, that's tough. That's tough. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to watch. Look at this. 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 Even the chat in Japanese, they was like, Eminem. It's kind of funny that he's such a cultural icon. And you can see why Clutch plays like that, man. But Tweek made a tweet that had me a little concerned. I'm not going to lie. Let's talk about it. GG's, I told myself this Japan trip would be my last time playing in Ultimate tournaments, okay? So keep that in mind. But I'm not entirely sure what the future is for me. I've been going through a lot, as those close to me know. So thank you everyone who's made this trip so amazing. Smash is my outlet and my art form, and I'm so glad many of you appreciate it. I appreciate it, Tweek. It's amazing to watch you paint that canvas, if you will, okay? Basically with all your skill and bravado. I don't know if Tweek is actually going to hang up the sticks after this competitively. Ultimate's been out for a long time. It's obviously a very stressful game, but a fun fact, after Level Up, after he lost to Captain Aceto and then got eliminated to Cola at Level Up Expo, man, got a really bad placing. He booked the flight home. He was not going to go to Japan, okay? But you know what? I think myself, Charles, like just like all of his friends, like calm him down, get his mindset back together, and look what happens, bro. You get on that plane to Japan, and what happened, Tweek? You got 4th place at the hardest Ultimate tournament of all time. That's my dog right there. Super proud of you. Whatever you decide to do, my guy, you already know. If Tweek talks, he's listening. But let's talk about Sparg0, man. I said Sparg0 got 30-30, lost to Riddles, who went on to get 9th, and Leo, who got lost the round after he beat Sparg0. Leo was playing Chris with that Aegis. I'll give it up, man. He 3-0'd Sparg0, but he says, I was very motivated for this tournament. specifically, and he wanted to exceed his expectation and everyone else's. But at the same time, he's happy with everything that he's gone through that led him to be a part of a tournament of this caliber, while also being a favorite to win, which he was. He was one of my picks to win the event, even though he fell short. He says, regarding my future with Smash, I honestly don't know what's next. I've been reflecting a lot these last months, and I still don't have the answer. I still don't have the answer I'm comfortable with. Wish I could say more, but I'm going to wait some time and see if anything changes. Always a pleasure to compete and interact with the Japanese scene. Thank you for the support. I mean, Japan loves Sparg0 for obvious reasons. Kid is amazing. Always in good, always, you know, get down on himself if something goes awry, but that's just the nature of the beast. So I'm proud of Sparg0, and I know we're going to get to see him compete again too, which I will talk about. And then the last guy I want to highlight, our boy Riddles. We know Riddles, unfortunately, let go by Team Liquid a couple weeks ago. Foolish decision by them, I'll say that. But he got 9th at the biggest ultimate tournament of all time, as he said. Played his heart out, came up just a little bit short, but man, this guy was causing upsets. He was making a run. Not somebody I had penciled in to go this far, but something about Riddles playing in Japan. This guy just shows up. It unlocks like some secret origin. Like, I know he's from Canada, bro, but you know what I'm saying? Maybe you got some family from, I don't want to get into that. I'm just saying, I don't want to get into that. But nah, this was dope, man. I'm proud of all these guys, man. Both Tweek, Sparg0, Riddles, they did their thing. Even mobs who came up a little bit short, Light on 33rd, Cosmos on 49th. If you got top 64 at this tournament, I don't care what anybody says, you're absolute stud and absolute boss, okay? Don't let anybody hate on you, okay? Because trust me, the haters, they really be out here. Come on, bro. Let that man live. This was such an unnecessary post. Such an unnecessary post. But outside of that, there are actually a couple things I do want to highlight that came out from Kagaribi. Shouts to Acola. See them enjoying that interview right there, as he should. But let me highlight a couple of things that I thought was just comical. One, I knew this tournament was going to be wild because it started off with Acola losing to K. Rool. Or excuse me, Cola. Dude, that right there is what we call a tone setter. And the crazy thing about this is, if you didn't win your wave, like, or qualify for wave 2, you had to leave the venue. So they really kicked this nigga out, and it wasn't discrimination. He just had to go. Like, straight up there. It was crazy. The next thing that blew my mind, who taught these little niggas how to dap? Before winners finals, they dapped it up. And that's a good dap right there. Like, there was good extension right there. I could hear the clap through the screen. That's enough to get you invited to the cookout, at least in my book. All right, so shouts to Raru and Acola holding it down for the culture. And it wouldn't be culture without a crash out. My man DeBuzz. My man DeBuzz. Losing to Xion. Just wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Now you might think, oh man, that's embarrassing. It's actually not. Because DeBuzz shows how much of a seasoned veteran he is by controlling the crash shot. Look at this. Loses, gets hit by Snooze. I think he air dodged down and Snooze got him at the last minute. That's unfortunate. Winds up the controller, about to let it rip. Gently places it down. This is a man who knows that at the end of the day, I'm still probably gonna have to play with that controller later, so why do anything stupid, okay? These are some of the best moments of Kagaribi, and again, big kudos to Acola. I don't know what's next. I don't know what's in store. I'm sure a lot of you are probably wondering, like, well, where are we gonna go from here, EE? What could be next? Is this really the swan song for Ultimate? Are we really done? Is there nothing else after this? Guys, it's Japan. There's always something next. There's a freaking super major next week. Get the hell out of here, bro. I'll see you guys later. And for the Kulon stream. Oh my God, these niggas just don't stop.